mind, I'd actually like to start the morning with taking you on a journey. And I understand most of you here are business owners, is that correct? Yes. Okay, great. So let's go on that journey. We're going to start off by closing our eyes. And I want you to picture in your mind why you got into business. For some people, it might be because they wanted to make more money, or it might be because you wanted to be your own boss. But some people, it's like they want to be flexible, and they want to have the flexibility of those hours to spend it with their kids and their family, or to go on vacation. I want you to snapshot that image in your mind. That is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for you. That is the reason why you get up in the morning, why you work so hard to achieve. Now I want you to shift gears now. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to now be your client. And I want you to think about what is their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Could it be because they want to be able to play with their kids, but the pain is just too much to bear? Do they want financial freedom? What is their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? And snapshot that in your mind. Now I want you to open your eyes. That is not an easy exercise to do, to completely understand what your client wants. Sometimes their needs are different than what you think they are. So what you need to do is, one of the keys to a good marketing message is to really understand your target market and what's in it for them. What is their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? What are the areas that are blocking them, that are barriers for them to achieve their pot of gold? So the question is how do you ask? So how do you get to that message? The key is to understand who your target market is. Now, I understand a lot of people will say, you know what, anybody can use my product and service. And that's all well and fine. However, if you are marketing to men, it's different than marketing to women. John Gray, who wrote Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, bottom line is the man's brain thinks differently. And I'm sure most of us can agree with that. We don't think the same. So the message that you put out about your product is going to have a different effect to a man versus a woman. So you need to define it better. If you're targeting women, one of the things you have to think about, a woman who is in their 20s, who is just on the verge of breaking through in their career, has very different pot of gold at the end of the rainbow compared to a 40-year-old stay-at-home mom who's homeschooling her young kids. They have different needs. So you need to understand who you are actually trying to target. So how do you do that? You ask questions. You find out from your clients what is important to them. You profile your clients. You work in a group. You collaborate. Get other people's opinion. Do you think, what is important to you? The other thing you do, this is an onion. What I want you to do is to take your target market, and I want you to peel that onion. Go down, dig deep into the next level until you know exactly why they want to do what they want to do. So for instance, if somebody's complaining that they are in pain and they want to get rid of the pain, however, if you find out that the reason they want to get rid of their pain is because they want to be able to play with their kids, that's a whole different message than just trying to get rid of the pain. So you need to really understand your target market. So what is a marketing message? A marketing message is to attract people to your product and solution. But your job is not really to, yes, you are going to sell your product, but what your job really is to do is to help your client achieve that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And if you do that, you will have, that person will naturally purchase your product and service. This is a book. If I walk into a bookstore and I want to know whether I want to bring this book home, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the cover, and does the cover attract me? I'm going to look at the title, and then I'm going to read the back of the book. If I make a connection with that, then there's a good chance I'm going to take this book home. If your product and service is actually the pages of this book, and you don't do a good job of introducing me to that book, or into the book, what's going to end up happening is the person's going to get lost. So if they start reading in the middle of the book, they're going to go, I don't get it. It doesn't make a connection with me. I don't know why I'm reading the book. But if you have a good cover, introduction in the back, and you make that connection with your audience, then you are most likely going to get better results of people bringing home that book. The second most important thing to a marketing message, other than understanding your target market, is standing out from the crowd. There are a lot of people here who do very similar things that you do. So tell me, how are you different? There are a lot of realtors out there. There are a lot of financial advisors out there. There are a lot of coaches out there. So how are you different than everybody else? The one thing that really sticks in my mind is I met a realtor a year ago, and it was something that, there are a lot of realtors, and I only met her that one time, but she still sticks in my mind. And the reason she sticks in my mind was I asked her, what does she specialize in? And she didn't give me the standard answer that says, I specialize in this specific area of the city. What she said to me is, I specialize in separation and divorce. So I know that if she understands the trauma a person goes through when they're going through a separation of divorce, she's sensitive to it, and that's the market she services. That's how she makes herself different. So, to conclude this, your marketing message, a lot of people spend a lot of money on sales and marketing, whether it's Google ads or Facebook or your time to even write newsletters. You're spending an investment there. It doesn't matter how much time and money you spend on those messages, you're not going to get the best return on your time and money if you don't have a strong message. So to have a strong message, I'm going to summarize, is you need to have a good target market. You need that target market defined. You need to understand what their pot of gold is at the end of the rainbow, what are their barriers, and what are the challenges, and how are you going to help them get to the finish line. You need to ask questions to them. You need to collaborate with other people to help you peel that onion and understand what exactly is driving them to do what they do. And the second thing is you need to be different. You need to stand out from the crowd. There's a lot of people here in this room. You need to be able to find your place and how you're going to make a difference. Once you combine those two pieces together, you're going to end up being able to make that connection with the people that you want to connect with. And they're going to come up to you, whether it's looking at your information on a website or whether it's talking to them at an event, is they're going to come up to you and they're going to say, nice to meet you, tell me more. Thank you very much.